Gala Radio. Faz ditched us again. He told me earlier, he's like, Titan, you are far smarter, way better looking, and you're always right with everything you do. I can't compete with you, so just run the show tonight. And I says, well, that's great of you to say. And he says, now listen, if anybody ever asks me, I'm going to deny I said any of that stuff. But Crypto View is joining us tonight as a co-host because this week has been a roller coaster of what the fuck just happened. Right? We have some fantastic news on the XRP community and the Ripple case. And of course, there's the drama with Gala. It never ends. It's like a soap opera. So, of course, we're going to get into that a little bit. Mr. CryptoView, thanks, man, for coming on. I know this week has got to be like one of the best weeks in the world for you.
Yes, cheers. We got the clarity we were waiting for.
So I thought they were going to keep dragging this out, quite honestly, because NetBurn was taking like forever to put that stuff out. And I'm thinking, all right, maybe in the fall we'll get something. And I opened my phone and my Twitter was just bonkers at like 10 o'clock in the morning. How did you find out that they finally got it out?
Well, a friend of mine, he called me up and he said, like he don't speak English, so he's like Philan, which is like the lawyer who always like tweet out every paperwork or everything that come out from XRP. He say Philan tweet something, and he put boom on the title. It must be something important. Can you translate for me? And I'm like, okay, let me check it out. So the first tweet I got is Eleanor Torrent from Fox Business saying like everything that happened, like a little brief of the announcement, and then I told the guy, like I went on tears, like my eyes was like I was crying. Literally crying. And I was talking to him on the phone, and I was like, in Spanish, I was telling him, it happens. It happens. Like what I was expecting. I'm not crazy. All these years. I call my wife and I say, listen, I was right. He's not an imaginary friend on the room. My wife is like, are you sure XRP is here in the room?
Right?
Yeah, I know. It was
this is great. So I did watch, and of course, you have your 2-second people who glance at things and give their opinion on, and I'm seeing all these conflicting things that it's over, it's not over, it's a win, it's not such a win. You've been in XRP for what, 6 years, 7 years now? What is your take? Was this a win or was this a break even? Was it a loss? What do you think?
Well, for us, the XRP holders, was a win. For the crypto community who like cryptocurrencies that did like ICOs or any type of a major institutional sale, it was a win too. It was a big win for the exchanges, because now the exchanges can sell cryptocurrencies that are not ICOs freely, and you can see the way they did it. Like when, as soon as the news came out, most of the major exchanges in the United States just released it within an hour. So it was a major win for us. For Ripple, in the other hand, it was like a middle win. Like how the lawyers call it, like a split the baby type of win, type of thing. But for Brad Garlinghouse and from Chris Larsen was a big win also, because they were being accused of reckless selling of the XRP. So the institution, I see where they broke that down, right? Where they drew the line and said institutional sales directly from Ripple. Obviously, they were relying on Ripple as the people who were going to come out and give them their money. I get that completely, right? That makes total sense. So the danger in this
and I say danger because a lot of you are going to roll your eyes here momentarily when I say this. The danger here is that now opens up every crypto project in the world to say, well, since people bought the tokens on an exchange and we didn't buy it directly from Shiba Inu, that means that's not a security. So you have all these shit projects out there that are obviously scams, right? That will rely and take that type of precedent, no?
Well, actually, no, because first of all, now the exchanges gotta see what they release, what they list on their platform, because even though they reselling, these tokens can be deemed as security if they have like some type of ICO or something like that. That's what my understanding is. So if Shiba had an ICO, they probably gonna be delisted, or the exchanges will be not touching it. But for example, Dogecoin didn't have any ICO. They have it works like Bitcoin, so I don't think they're gonna have a problem because the token itself is not a security. That's what that's what the judge says. Only the way that they sell it. Even I think even an exchange can sell a token as a security. Like, for example, I think maybe, I don't want to speculate, but I see Binance getting in a little trouble, and I think because of that, because it's the token from the exchange, FTX, all these Celsius, all these exchanges, they have their own token. They're probably going to be in trouble in the case of Coinbase now because they don't have token.
Well, you've got the definition of an ICO as well to think about, right? So if you apply it black and white, Ethereum then had an ICO. They had a private sale beforehand. So does that see the part that I like the best, and I saw some clips from it, is where NetBurn put in there where the language was saying along the lines of, look, we have to look at this as an individual and how it was done. So that separation was fantastic, but that creates a whole nother ball of wax as well. But ultimately, it seemed, from the way I interpreted it and from watching a lot of what the really, really smart people and what the lawyers were posting about it, was that if the company did not benefit in some way from their token being sold, it's probably not a security. It seems to be only if the company that released the token benefited some way from it, that it would be more on that security side. So that type of clarity was fantastic to hear, because at least now you have like 3 general directions to go instead of 50.
Correct. Well, now we have a path, a little path. It's not like a big path, but it's a little path. Now companies can now new companies that coming in, they have a little pathway to do their tokens. Now they know if they sell it to the exchanges in a way that probably is not going to constitute a security. If they ever go to court, they can prove like what Judge Netberg says. But the problem is what Judge Netberg says is not set on a stone,
right?
Because it's not a new Howey test. What it is just a present that it can be used in future cases, and the next judge might or might not use it. It's just, you can use it as a reference. You can say, listen, this judge cite on this ruling that this was not a security because of this, that, and do, and they can go back and use it. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to be ruled the other way. Look what happened with Library, for example. Even though it was a case before Ripple, Library didn't get any clarity, and Library, the token, got the same as a security.
Well, the case for XRP, the token itself, basically anything you do with the token is not security related, because it doesn't benefit anybody other than the holder. The expectation of profit is based on your trading versus Ripple doing something for it or another entity doing. Now, let me ask you this, because this is something I was chatting with somebody else about, and of course it led to contention. I'm always in the middle of this contention. You know,
I know.
There's always more than one opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and they usually stink. True. So, if you were to have this XRP token, you bought it from an exchange, you've been holding it forever, and a project comes out, right, that is doing like epic things for money transfer. They're a money transfer service between the United States and Colombia. And they offer a staking service. And you take your XRP and you throw it in to that service, and you stake it so that you can help make this service run and be doing what they do. You're now relying on the efforts of others to get a return. Does that make it a security at that point?
Well, at this point, we are still fighting about staking. Staking is still being a big deal with the SEC. So in that particular case, if the stake is decentralized and there is not an entity that can go against it, I don't think the SEC can do anything about it. But now, if he comes with, like, let's say Coinbase, he make a stake pool, and he says, well, you're gonna be making money out of this, but I'm gonna get benefit from it because I'm gonna be it's gonna be a fee on top of it that I'm gonna get benefit, or probably with the price increase I'm gonna get benefit. Then the SEC can go to Coinbase and say, listen, that's a security offering. Then that's what happened. That's what happened in many exchanges. I think Kraken had that problem, and that's why Kraken canceled his staking service. But they fighting, like you see the Winkle brothers and all these people are fighting to make the staking not a security. Even a case, it was done on I think it was Connecticut, which a lady was hit by the SEC. I think it was something about staking, and she won the case. It was in a small court, but she won the case, saying the staking is not a security in any case. She was just having her coins there, making her a little profit, but nobody was making money because it was a decentralized exchange.
Well, and so no, so my contention, my argument, and I don't know if I'm right. So I was a fully licensed registered representative with FINRA and everybody else for a decade. And I had a principal's license, which means I was for suitability, and I took care. I mean, I was leading offices, right? So I had a lot of licenses. And my take on that, at least from everything that I learned, if it's like a Coinbase situation, Coinbase is not reflective of what I'm going to earn. So I don't think that would constitute the security side of it, because Coinbase might take a small fee. They might rehypothecate those assets and make a little bit of money. But the price of whatever I'm getting and the interest rate of what I'm getting has nothing to do with Coinbase itself. Whereas if I use that example I used a few minutes ago with this company in Colombia that's building this payment processing company, when I stake my XRP with them, it's directly to their benefit. And if they fuck everything up, then that affects that price of that token, right? Yeah. So, or, if it's big enough. So how big is too big? This has a long way to go, I think, before there's tighter clarity on it. But I think you gotta go back to common frickin' sense, man. They make this stuff so complicated, and it doesn't need to be complicated, right? And you can tell, everybody can, well, that's subjective. Most people can tell when it's if there's a CEO, you're not decentralized, period. Okay? You can say it, you can do whatever you want to do. You can put 5,000 nodes out there all over the planet with one node in each thing, one person. It is not decentralized if there's a CEO, because that decision maker controls the entire network, right?
Correct.
So until you see the that part of the argument coming out, I think we don't have a lot to talk about as far as the decentralized side.
Well, that's why I'm saying if you is taking on a DEX, I don't think the SEC can do anything about it, because they're not gonna. It's like with Bitcoin. Where are they gonna go? Where is Satoshi? Even though
Right.
even though we know they know who Satoshi is, the four Satoshis, like they say, because it was a commissioner from the SEC saying that the powers that be knew who Satoshi was and interviewed them, but that's another show.
That's a good one too.
Uh,
I have a lot of opinions on who
yeah,
Satoshi is.
but they know, but they probably know. But that's not the point. The point is, they cannot go against anybody right now. They cannot sue anybody, subpoena anybody. So the same way works with a decentralized DEX. Like for example, I give you a one that I use all the time. That is, I don't work for them. I don't get anything. I just use it. I use it. And it's pretty cool. Which is
We just did the show on sponsorship, so make sure you make your disclosures if you need to.
I know. You know what? I don't know if you ever heard of One Chain, and then they had this.
Never heard of it.
No, never heard of it. One Chain and One Lend, which is the DApp for decentralized finance. They you can stake your XRP. They're not staking, like you can lend it and borrow it against it, and it's decentralized. Nobody know who it is and anything. It's been working fine since 2019. So something like that is like, it's like why they, the SEC cannot go against anybody. Against who? There is no centralization. So the best way to do it is like have your money in your Ledger Nanos or whatever wallet you want to use, so paper, write it down on, under your bed, and if you want to stake it, try to stake it on decentralized exchanges, so you're not gonna get hit.
No, so you're being accused of drinking on the job here, CryptoView.
It's
Zorro
coffee,
says
man. It's coffee.
So here's something I think with all the XRP news that is really important to know, and you started to go into this last time we talked and we ran out of time. Where do you think, especially now that we have this clarity, where do you think the use case for XRP comes into moving forward?
Well, because Ripple got the only one rule, the only thing that the SEC won was Ripple selling the XRP to institution. Okay, so that's going to be a problem for the main product of Ripple, which is on-demand liquidity. Because in order for them to sell the tokens to the institution, these sales have to be registered to the SEC, to the SEC. Now, according to what I was reading, they have to do it after they make the sale. It's not before. If it was before the sale, I see like a major problem, because by the time the SEC responds to them, XRP is 3 seconds, but it's probably going to turn into Bitcoin like 2 days, because the SEC won't respond to me, because they have to, my understanding, I'm not a lawyer either, but my understanding of what I've been reading on the internet with the lawyers and the experts, they have to register this after they make the sale. Like they make the sale, they have to keep like a book thing. They go to the SEC every week, every month, every day, whatever they have to go, and tell them, listen, this institution, Bank of America, Coinbase, whatever, they bought this many XRPs. I want to register these sales of XRP. That's all Ripple have to do. That's what they lost. And they're gonna fight. They say they're gonna settle that probably, or they're gonna fight that. According to we don't know. We don't know yet. They're not deciding. It's only been 24 hours of this decision, and they don't know what they're gonna do with that. But it's gonna be. That's the only problem it's gonna be. So what happened is in Ripple, in the XRP ledger, there is more than 7,000 coins that we don't hear of it, because all the coins that were famous was the Ethereum coins, the ERC20s, but we have over 7,000 tokens built on the XRP. We have NFTs on the XRP. We have all the things that you see on Ethereum. They are on the XRP layer, but they're not famous, but they're faster than Ethereum, they're cheaper than Ethereum, and there is people building on it. So what is going to happen is the community is going to grow. Remember, more than 51%, more than 50% of the tokens are already in circulation, and they're not securities. Okay, so these tokens are out there. The people are going to use them because they are the second token in the United States with clearance. But not only that, XRP is the only token with clarity with a judge. Okay, Bitcoin, which is the second token, well, it's the first on the market cap, but it's the second token with clarity that we know a long time. You only have clarity because Gary Gensler say it, but they already lost in court. They already proved in court that all these what they say is their personal opinions, because they fought that against Ripple. They say, you know what? Bill Hipman in 2018, he says the Ethereum is not a security, and then when they deposit him on the court, he says, no, it was my personal opinion. Okay, the judge granted the personal opinion. So now everything that these people say are their personal opinion. They even say it. They even disclose before they talk. They say, oh, what I'm going to say from now on is going to be which is stupid. But, you know, what they say, what we're going to say now is my personal opinion, and it have nothing to do with the SEC or any agency, blah, 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 blah. So what Bitcoin have is personal opinions. That's the clarity. Personal opinion of important people in the government. But a judge rule on XRP that is not a security. That's a clarity that nobody can take. That you can go back and argue that Bitcoin could be a security. Why not? You know, it doesn't have a clarity.
So I want to circle back to the XRPL and all those tokens, but I did want to show this because this seemed to have some traction lately. A lot of people were reporting that the Bank of Japan is going to be starting to use XRP for their payments, okay? And with this new regulation in the US, that could be something that could fold right in very quickly. And between the Bitcoin transfers and the XRP transfers, I think this might set the stage for a tremendous use case. For the XRP that's already out there, right? As you mentioned, we got to go back through the institutional sales, but I think that is a good head start right off the bat. Circling back, because this is really important, right? So I would say 18 months ago, I want to say, I got my Zoom wallet, right? And I started playing around with that. And it was right when, shortly thereafter, it was when Songbird dropped. And so I went on, I attached all these things. It was so freaking confusing, number one, right? And there wasn't a lot of documentation on it. Number two, you had, I forget what they even call it now. You had trust lines or something along those lines. And in order to get your tokens to work, you had to validate this trust line. And then you saw everybody was getting rugged. These trust lines were yanking everybody's coins out. And I said, all right, until I figure this out, I'm not going on here because I'm not just getting swept, my wallet swept. So I think now a big thing will be people who can educate others on how to navigate Zoom Wallet, how to navigate the XRPL, how to interact with that, because it's pretty complicated, man.
Yeah. Okay. Let's first. The first thing I'm gonna say is that website that you just showed and that news about SBI is fake. So.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I saw like so many iterations of that. I bookmarked it for tonight's show. Every Crypto View, I'm not going to invite you on here if you come on here and keep making me look stupid.
No. Hey, listen, Yoshitaka. No. Sorry, man. Sorry. Okay, he's real, guys. He's real.
I'm just busting your chops, man. If it's wrong, yeah, correct us. But I saw that like 5 different places.
Happy first of happy face of April. No, listen. No, the problem is that website, that person is, that website, they just recently make it, and he's like putting news that are not true. But wait, there is a truth behind that story. Okay. Yoshitaka Kitao, which is the CEO of SBI, which is the bank of Asia, whatever. He loves XRP, and he had 10% of Ripple the company. He owned 10%. That's something that okay. So he says on 2018, he says that the XRP will be used in Asia. Okay, in that bank, that's gonna be the like the currency that they're gonna use for cross-border payment. Okay, he says it's back in 2018 when the lawsuit drops. When the lawsuit drops, he stopped commenting on it. He's still being the 10% owner of Ripple, the company. Okay, and he had a ton of XRPs too, and he still have the plans to use XRP for cross-border payment, for internal transactions inside the banks over there, so that he can provide liquidity in Japan, Asia, and whatever SBI is able to be. Okay, and that's the truth of that story. But the rest of what it says there, the whole thing is fake. Now, the second thing that you say is about Zoom Wallet. So Zoom Wallet, it was created by Vincent Nguyen. He's a very reputable XRP person. Like he built on XRP since day one. This guy is very knowledgeable. And
I followed his instructions so I could get my flare drop on Ledger. I heard he was the bomb. That's how I got it done. I followed his instructions.
Well, he create with let me do a little quote, and then I expect you. He created the XRP tip bot, which is a tip to get. Yeah, he was the one who created, and you were able to send tips on Twitter through that app. Just put in the handle of Twitter plus 5 XRP, and I will tip you XRP, even though you don't have an XRPL account, and it will make you open an XRP account in order for you to collect those 5 XRP that I send you. You can send up to 20, I think 20 or 50 XRP. So what happened is, because Twitter changed everything in there before Elon Musk, the XRP tip bot was closed. But today it was a news that the XRP tip bot is back on Twitter. So now we can send XRP back in Twitter again. That's a fun fact. That was a fun fact. That just happened today, which I'm happy, because I use XRP tip bot a lot. Like all my content creator guys, all my friends, everybody, I will used to tip 1, 2 XRP, 5 XRP. It was something that it was fun, but at the same time, you were tipping people and content creators. Now, with the trust wallets, okay, the trust wallets is something that Vincent Nguyen or the Zoom wallet did not create. They just create a tool that facilitate you to get into the trust lines in order to get into this project or connect your wallet to this project. To sign in the projects. What happened was, the real XRP toolkit that was created by Tobo Lab. That's where you have to go with your wallet and connect your wallet. The only thing,
I have the toolkit. Yeah.
The only thing the Zoom did was facilitating that, because it was too hard for people to go into the XRP toolkit and make connect the wallet and all that sort of thing.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah, but also that's a DEX. That's an XRPL DEX. You can trade and exchange coins in a decentralized way, and you can exchange any type of currency or value over there on the XRPL, and that's why they have so many coins, because there is a coin for everything in there that is digitalized.
So I'll be revisiting that now that there's some liquidity. You can go get XRP at Coinbase, Kraken, all the places that you used to be able to get it. I'm going to revisit that and see if it's gotten any better. And I want to play with that, and I want to come up with a tutorial at some point on how to navigate that, because I think it's important, because if it's too confusing, people aren't going to do it. Well, and
sorry for interrupt. There is a Zoom Pro right now, which is you pay a little fee or whatever, and it's better. It's more friendly use, and it's more capable of doing more things. So maybe you want to check that out. I think you have a free trial. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while.
I don't mind paying for a service that's worth it, and if it's Vitsfind that put that together, it's going to be top notch. So I will definitely be checking that out.
Yep.
So we get to go have fun with the other news of the week. Let's have some fun with that.
With XRP, I told this
for now, we can circle back. We can always circle back, but
easy.
I do want to get this out there. I do want to get this out there.
I was expecting those hard questions, man. Come on. Okay,
no, so listen. So we have a lot of friends at Gala, right? And we've been getting DMs from our sources over there, and they're like, "Why aren't you guys saying anything? Why haven't you done a show with all this stuff?" And I'm gonna say it how I said it in one of the private chat areas that I'm in, and I'm gonna put it really, really simple with this node governance thing that's consumed the week. Okay. No. N-O capitalized 3 exclamation points. I was open to listen to governance until they came out and talked about restricting any kind of sale, or there's a penalty for a sale. Because in the same breath, they talked about decentralization as the reason they're doing this. That doesn't mix. So instantly when I heard that, it's just an automatic no. I don't need to see a graph. I don't need to see a projection. I don't need to hear a reason. I don't need anything. Immediately for me, it's no. So that's why I haven't said anything all week. There's nothing to talk about. This is, in my opinion, a mistake. And they've really, really, really put the nail in the coffin for a lot of people in this community for what they've done. And perhaps, just perhaps, they wanted to do that. I don't know. But either way, I have no opinion. It's just immediately no.
Okay. I think Bitbender did a live today. I don't know if you saw it, about the distribution and all the points that are going to be going on with the new model that they're doing about the founder nodes. No, that's what you're talking about, no?
Yeah, it's been going on all week, and I've popped in and out and read some of it so that I knew what it was about. But it's not going to change my mind from immediately no. I mean, I'm not going to argue. So here's the thing. They need to ask the community. And this mirage that they're doing, oh, this is just a discussion. No, it's not. This is what they're going to do. And people are negotiating with Gala on how much they want to get shafted. That shouldn't even be a discussion. If Gala is about the community, and the community's number one, and the founders nodes are the pinnacle, they're why you're here, we love our founders nodes, they wouldn't be doing this. They would be incentivizing people to do the things they want to do. Everything in their ecosystem is a penalty, and they have to pay the piper for that. So that's how I see that. And I think it's crazy that people are engaging with them on this. I'm not engaging with them on it. Just no. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see a graph. I don't want to see what numbers are here. I don't care. No. You're giving a restriction to somebody while you're talking about decentralization.
Well, I've been in all the discussions that they have. I feel that it's good that they at least interacting with the community. They're not going directly 180 and just do it without talking to us. So I think that's a good thing, even though you don't look at it that way. The other the other thing that I think is like I think you say something about getting penalized or something like that. I think I hear you right. The way
Yeah.
they say it is, it makes sense. Like you get like points, no, and you're not gonna get penalized because you're still getting your point, what you deserve as a note owner. What you're gonna get deducted is your bonus, whatever you accumulate during those days that you not interacting with your gala, even though selling it or transferring or whatever they do on it, and that's the one that is going to be affected. But your main points on the notes are going to be non-touch. So that's, I don't see, they try, and I think what they're trying to do is not make it as a penalized, because they're not touching your main point, which is what they promise. Like you get your point per note, and that's it. The other one is extra. If you want to hold, we reward you. You don't want to hold, then you don't get the extra reward. That's the way I see it.
So, what penalty does Gala take if they sell?
Well, they are the company, I guess. They don't. I don't think they get penalized, but the only thing that I think that the best penalty that they can have, if there has a company say that if they make a mistake and they do the wrong thing, their value is going to be lost, and their credibility. So I think that's the best penalty Gala can have if they do the wrong thing with the galas that they receive, as being like partner, or I don't know how do you call it, from the founders note. So if we as a founder notes, we get like the extra bonus, we get like some type of negative a reaction for our acts. I think Gala, if they use their galas in the wrong way, is going to be penalized by the maybe the price, or maybe people not believing in them, and I think that's going to hurt Gala more, or what they hurt right now, because they agree that they make mistakes in the past. So I think what they're going to try is not to make mistakes again. So we gotta, but me, I had to trust that what they're doing with those galas is going to be the right thing.
Well, they absolutely have the right to sell whatever they want to sell. However, I did notice the other day in some of the disclosures that were out, we have this wonderful thing called blockchain. And with the blockchain, you can trace every transaction straight back, forwards, backwards, and see where everything comes from.
Yes.
And there were some moves that were traced back to wallets that looked a little bit funny. Meaning they were, it appears, because we've doxed wallets. We've been doxing wallets for 2 years now. We know what pretty much every Gala wallet is. They don't hide it on purpose, but we've discovered them. And they ran their distributions to themselves out of 2 Gala accounts into another account, washed it through a third account, and then started splitting it up and sending it out in very, very small batches as to avoid detection. So, to me, that's not the right thing to do. If Gala wants to sell, they should just sell. And people call it dumping, and I don't agree with that. So I'll kind of swing over to the Gala side for a minute, because it's their tokens. They can do whatever they want with them. Okay? Their distributions that they collect, the tokens that they own as a company, they can do whatever they want with. Same with Eric. Same with Brink too. If he wants to sell 30 million Gala, that's his privilege to do. That's what decentralized means, is you can do whatever you want and it doesn't matter. So just do it. Go ahead. And you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. Here's where the rub is. And here's where the problem that I have with it comes in. They can do that. But I should be able to do that too. Yet they're putting gates on things to prevent or discourage. Let's use those soft words because we want to use the marketing correctly. We're going to discourage the community from doing that. Bullshit. They're my tokens. I'll do as I choose with them. If they created utility for that token, people wouldn't want to sell it. If they created good games with syncs and with good things for people to spend their Gala on, people would spend their Gala on those things instead of selling it, because the value would be so much more. But they haven't. So people will take it and they'll sell it. And even if they had a lot of great stuff, people are still going to sell it. That's what happens when you introduce tokens. There's pros and cons to issuing a token in this space. The pros are that you can use these tokens, you can create them out of thin air, you can create value with them, you can use them as a transaction for an NFT or whatever else. But on the other side, there are people that are going to want to take that value, and that's their choice in a decentralized system.
Well, what I'm saying, let's start with the first thing, like about what the owners, like, let's say Big Bender and Eric. And if we circle back to XRP, like, you see, one of the rulings in the XRP case was the Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen. They were reckless selling the tokens. They sold over, I don't know, I think Brad Garlinghouse sold over like $140 million worth of tokens. And I don't know Chris Larsen how much he sold, because I wasn't that part I didn't read it well, because kind of I didn't like it much, but because I didn't like it, doesn't mean it's bad for like
right.
It's illegal or something, like the judge says their sale of the token is not illegal. It's not illegal. They got that dismissed, So that's if we apply that to Gala, the same way you say that's their tokens, and they do whatever they want with their tokens.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
So since day one, they've been allowing us, the node owners, to do whatever we want with the tokens. Okay, now what's going on is they want to create something so it doesn't go crazy like before, and they trying to work with the community to make it fair. Now, I think, and we're gonna see this when Gala change comes to life, that we're gonna be able to see what their nodes do. Like, I think if he, for example, Eric have 7,000 nodes, and with the account the Bitbender and the points the Bitbender show us, if he got 7,000 nodes, he only gonna get like 23 points. So somebody with 100 nodes can be making the same bonus as Eric, for example. So he's not getting more or less, like if you see it in the grand scheme of things. Now, what I want to know is if he sells or do something with his nodes in the blockchain, we're going to see that his points go down. Now, by having 7,000 nodes and you take 27 points from 7,000 nodes, it's not going to be as much as a hurt as somebody who have 5 nodes and he's been holding for like I don't know, 27 days to be as much rewarder on the bonus as Eric. Then his selling is going to go to 0, and now he has to start all over again, but we only 5 notes, like it's not the same. I totally understand that, but that's something that I also want to know if he's going to apply to them. Now, what you talking about, why if they use the token, and why they not, if they build and whatever. So they building right now. Like we start, I'm being with Gala since 2019, and they start with nothing on their website, and now we can see over 10 games that they're working on, and they say they have another ones behind the doors that we don't know. But those games are playable. I play poker every night. I play with El Zorro poker every night, and I laugh at him on WhatsApp saying how much money I took from him, and sometimes he beat me. Like I play the Superior. We have Town Star that you can play. Like the games are there, and some of them are giving you rewards. Like we have this guy. Classy who make like $100 a day just playing a spider tank, so the games are there, the guys are building it. It's not like they are behind doors and not doing anything. So what we hope is that if they're gonna get so much Gala, that they keep building it and they keep doing what they say. So they have this ahead of the game now, which with Ben that is interacting with the community and telling us like new pictures, videos, upgrades on new games, what the developers are doing. Listen, I played Call of Duty since like 10 years ago, and I never see Activision telling me like, hey, this is a video of what the next video game is going to be. I just go there and buy the video game, and because I trust them, these people are actually trying to tell us like this is what we're building. Let's see if you have a better idea. Maybe they hear it, maybe they don't, but they make us feel a little special, letting us interact with them. You don't interact with the CEO of Activision. You don't interact with the CEO of EA Entertainment. But you can talk to a Big Bender every day. You can talk to Benefactor every day if you want, like if he wants to talk to you. But he's there in Discord all the time. So I think it's a big difference in there, and at this point, it's a moment of trust. We if we trust them of what they're doing, we're gonna be there. Now, if you don't trust them, then if and you are a founder node, the nodes are gonna turn into NFT. Then you just jump out of the wagon or keep with them. That's the beauty of decentralization. Also, I want to know what's going to happen with Gala chain come out, and then we have all these detective, because we have plenty in our community. We have many detectives who follow the wallets and what is go here and what it goes there, and this is going to be crazy when Gala chains come out. A lot of things are going to come out, a lot of videos, probably FUD, probably truth. We don't know. We got to see. But into Gala doesn't get decentralized with this Gala chain, we can do nothing about it. But we know they building it. We know it's working, because that's what they say. They haven't shown us actually like real
the year
data.
Of show me. Yes, it's the year
We
of
need
show
to see
me.
the data.
And Zorro, absolutely, we'll play some Poker Go. Your suggestion offline there that we play for, strip poker. No, we're not going to do that, Zorro. I got to pick on everybody, right? So I haven't played that yet. That's something I've been meaning to do. I've been meaning to do it. Let me just end the Gala issue with this. If the Gala coin is so important, it's not needed in the system at all. You can buy anything on the Gala platform with a credit card, ETH, Bitcoin. You don't need the Gala token for anything. So why in the world would anybody want to buy it? What is its use? Oh, it's a payment token. Doesn't matter. I got ETH. I can pay that way. I've got my credit card right here. I can go and I can buy anything I want. I don't need Gala for anything. Help me with that one. What's your take on that?
Well, this is something that I know people who knows me in the Discord know that I'm being a big proponent of it. I don't know why they changed the tune again, but I always say that it should be one coin to rule them all. If you have Gala is a token that can be divided by 8 zeros. So I think that is plenty. I don't know how they call the drops of Gala. Like for example, XRP have six, I think no 8 also like Gala, and they call them drops. Like every or in Bitcoin is satoshis, no? Like you can have 100 million satoshis is one Bitcoin. I think that's the math. I don't have it on top of my mind. I know Gala is 8 zeros, so you got eight decimals of a drop. So I don't see the problem why Gala cannot be the main token of the whole ecosystem. I don't know. They were doing that before and they changed a ton. I don't know why.
Yes.
I was a big proponent of every like they should have dummy tokens. Like every game can have their own token, but they have to be dummy tokens that work on the private ledger. And then they have on the Gala chain on the private ledger, but there's only one token to bridge them all to the main chain and have a market there to decide how much is the price of Silk or whatever the debt token or whatever token you want to have in the Gala ecosystem. I was a big proponent of that. I known for saying many times. I even put like little graphics with my phone. I used to draw them and tell them. And then when they changed the attitude and say, you know what, we're gonna have more games having Gala, and Gala is gonna be the main token for the games. I was happy. I was like, oh, finally. I don't know. They hear me. Maybe not. Maybe they don't hear me. But that's the way I think it should be. Now, what is the legal issue behind it, or what the lawyers are telling them? We don't know, because there is something happened that they changed the tone. They changed the tone completely.
There's a lot of different reasons, and we could spend all night talking about them. It boils back down to my question. Why does anybody need the Gala token? And if nobody can answer why it's necessary to have, because look, they say Gala chain, they developed Gala chain, and it's not going to be ETH fees. It's going to be, just a penny to move stuff around. So I need like 100 Gala to do chain transactions. All right. So what do I need to buy Gala for? There is no use for Gala. If Gala went away tomorrow, the Gala token went away tomorrow, you have your Silk token, you can pay with credit card, you can pay with ETH, absolutely nothing would change. Nothing. Because you don't need it. They need to create a need for people to have it. Just like in your traditional web gaming, right? Traditional gaming, you have to have your pack of gems, right? Your gems is what fuels everything in that game. You can't buy a new barn for your farm if you don't have gems. In order to do anything, you have to have gems. That's not the case with Gala token. It might be the case for the Silk token and Spider Tanks. It might be the case for the Town V2 token in Town Star. It might be the case for the Champion token in Champions Arena. Gala has no use.
Well, that's why my proposition, what I think it should be, is Gala rule them all the tokens. I don't know what they changed the tone. I don't know what they went that route, and I don't know if it was a legal issue. I don't know if it was a problem issue, because I think Bitbender did a video. I haven't seen it. I think Bitbender did a video why the main token cannot be the token for the games. There is a reason why. He gave the example of Ethereum. He say
right. So I got to shut you down on that one. It's my turn. My turn to bring out the hammer, because Bitbender was on this show right here, saying the exact opposite thing when they switched to Gala only. And he gave every reason why having multiple tokens was the worst idea in the world for Gala, and it should be one token and one platform, and everybody loved it for the reasons you talked about, and I loved it for those reasons. It gave a specific use case, and then they were asked, well, now that it's one token for the ecosystem, what about these credit cards? What about paying in ETH? And they said, oh, we're going to address that. We really hope to be able to narrow that focus down. And everybody got excited. And then he does a video 6 months later with the exact opposite. So it doesn't make sense. There's obviously reasons why they did it. We can speculate all day long, but we don't get to sit in those Slack channels and find out the truth.
We don't know. That's what I'm saying. They changed the tone. I'm with you in that particular object because I was a proponent of it. Like
Yes.
I was all the time on the chat saying there should be one coin to rule them all. Gala should be the main coin. Even when they say about Geary having their own node system and their
Oh my
own
God.
token. I remember back there I was saying, don't do that. That's more inflation, more tokens, more inflation. I always was saying, and Gala knows that's my position from the beginning. But for some reason, and I was so happy. Listen, when I saw Bitbender on your channel and Bitbender saying all over the place, listen, there is going to be one token. We're going to concentrate to have Gala in all the games. We're going to blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool. The thing I think the thing they should do is like what they did with what they're doing with Townstar, eliminate all those RC20 tokens. This is my opinion, my personal opinion. Okay, I think they should eliminate all the ERC20 tokens, leave Gala alone, have a bridge between Gala and Gala chain, and make an internal DEX somehow. You know, they don't have to be the one who build it. You can have a third party building it if there is a problem, and then all the Mickey Mouse or the meme tokens or the game tokens, whatever you want to call them, they can be trading there. Maybe I can say, listen, I play, I don't know, Miranda's, and I'm making material, but I need Town Coin because I want to start playing Town Coin. So I go with you. Listen, how many materials you give me for my Town Coins? You know, how many Town Coins you give me for my material? And you say, well, I give you two material per Town Coin. Okay, let's make a deal. And that's how markets start, you know.
That's how decentralization happens.
Exactly. And then if you ever want to catch out, then well, how many G Galas? Let's say inside Gary is called G Gala. How many how many G Galas for your G town, for example, or for your G material? Okay, I give you how many galas, and then you create another market there, and then those G Gala is the only ones that you can change for real Gala. There's the one that you're going to take out outside the ecosystem.
You bridge them out. Yeah, you can bridge those out.
And one thing, and also one thing, you know, I'm a big proponent of XRP, okay? And I'm also a big proponent of Flare. They had a big partnership with Flare. Flare already launched. We could be using right now Gala in Somber, for example, be testing it in Somber. And maybe how like a private chain on Somber, making Gala an S asset or a F asset when Flare come out. I don't know what happened there. I think Gala wanted to count, you know, their chain faster, and Flare was taking so long. I understand. Maybe that's what happened. We really don't know. But I wish Gala will stick to Flare, or right now XRP is making NFT tools. They can go and create their token in the XRPL. There is 7,000 tokens there, you know.
So here's the thing. So what and I've said this many times before, and this is another sticking point for me, is you have these founders nodes. And when they originally sold the founders nodes, they said all the games are going to run on these. That's why we made 50,000 of them. And this whole time they've been nothing but ping machines saying, "Hi, I'm here." That's how you earn your Gala. Lately, from what I hear, are experts who can visualize what's actually going on with these nodes. There is some IPFS action on them. They're starting to figure out how to use them, but they're not being used anywhere near their potential, right? So there's billions of petabytes of processing power here, right? And you know I'm exaggerating, right? But there's ridiculous amounts of power, both on the RAM side, on the storage side. They're using like 1/1,000,000th of 1% of that. But they also sold nodes for each individual game, pretty much, right? You have your town nodes, you have your spider tank nodes. Not necessary, because they're not being used to anywhere near their capacity. The town nodes I don't think are even active yet. Right? Now they come out with this rep for Gala Chain, this social media network. They've already alluded that they're going to sell nodes for that. They're not using the founders nodes for a goddamn thing.
I knew you're going to go that way, man.
Right. So all they're doing is money raising. They're just raising money for this stuff. They're not using the technology that's already out there to make these things work. They talk about scalability. Oh, we need scalability. We need to. Okay, here's what you do. You have a computer at home, and you use your computer, and you get to a point with your computer to where your hard drive is full, and you go to Amazon and you buy more hard disk space, and you continue on. Or you can only open 10 tabs in Chrome because your RAM isn't there. You go to Amazon, you buy some RAM, you put it in. So to me, they should be filling the founders nodes. When they're getting close to capacity, you say, boy, we getting close to capacity there. We're gonna open this up to this game is taking up 50% of our space. We're gonna transfer the workload of that game. We're gonna now sell XYZ nodes, which are going to run the XYZ game. And you get to that capacity first before you just go out and start, because nobody's getting any utility out of anything. There's no utility there. Let's use what we have first, then move on to these other things. And the community, listen, the community would spend the money on that because they've seen what they've done with these founders nodes when they filled them up. They see that the town nodes, they need to put out 10,000 more town nodes because the game is so ridiculously great. We're at capacity, guys, with 10,000 nodes. We need 10,000 more. We're putting another 10,000 nodes out there for sale. People would buy them. They want the money now, for whatever reason. That's how you do it the right way, in my opinion. And that's where they went wrong. And that's why people call them greedy. And that's why people complain and bitch and moan and whine. Because it's pointless. It's senseless. And when people realize that, they get salty.
I know, but I don't know what the deal is with the nodes and the games, but we gotta understand that most of these games are like third parties, so maybe there is something in the contract that they tell these companies that they build the third party apps, like for example Rep, which is a new social media from Gala, and we don't know what the contract says. We're gonna do this, and you have to. We don't know. We don't know what the contract is. So that's probably what they get in notes, because let's be honest, Gala is known by the founder nodes because that's where it was more popular in the Gala ecosystem. It works back then. It's working right now, even though they don't have a big load of work, but they will. That's what they're working on. That's why Gala chain is going to run on so far if they don't change. But so far, they already say that founder nodes are going to be the main nodes of the ecosystem. So let's hope that. And also about making the games nodes, it has to be something, I think, my opinion, it has to be something with the contract or whatever agreement they got with these third-party games. That's what I think.
Well, I put it out there before. I think a lot of these third-party companies realize the same thing I just spent my diatribe on a minute ago, that the Gala token, there's no utility, there's no use for it. We don't want payment in Gala token. We want our own token where we can have control of that. We can do that. Zorro is saying, it enhances the game experience by adding, it does, but you can do that with gems. You can do that with the in-game currency just fine, but it still goes back to providing a use case for Gala. Zorro's on a roll here. So, however, the specific implementation of native tokens depends on the design choices of the ecosystem developers. Right. So, I did catch the other day. I'm glad, Zorro, that you said that, because it reminded me. I was watching Bitbender the other day. He was on with Stash. And I saw that interview, and one of the things that was talked about on there is the ability. Stash said he didn't like the fact that Gala was producing games, and they do much better as just the facilitator or production of the games, and they should stop building the games. And that got me thinking, right? I think it should be the other way around. That's my opinion. Is they should be developing games first, put out a few games, then begin to bring in the outside games. Perhaps they don't have the technical ability to do that, and that's not a slam on them. I'm just saying, if they try it and they don't do so good, then bring other games in. Because anybody, CryptoView, you, me, Zorro, anybody can go out there and be a game producer, right? It's not that tough.
Oh, right now with AI, maybe.
Well, we just had on Playable Games, and he was telling us, oh my God, dealing with these gaming companies because you don't know what you're going to get. That part is hard, yes. But the part I'm talking about that's easy is putting a platform together where you just harness these people and put that out there. That's just a facilitation. And that, to me, doesn't bring value to Gala. That brings value to those outside game developers, which is probably why they want the tokens.
Well, one thing that I think, like if Gala is going to bring a third-party game, the game has to be done already. Like it has to be built already. I don't like the idea. Me personally, I don't like the idea of them bringing a third-party company that is starting to building a game. Like we have this prototype. No, so if you're gonna come to if you go to Steam and you're gonna publish your game on Steam, your game is already done. It's already made. So I think Gala gotta do that, and he's doing that. Like right now, if you see Meow Match, I'm surprisingly playing every day. I have my little cat. I wish Gala make them like a XRP hat so I can put to my cat. I play Meow Match. I'm playing because this type of games is we are the game generation, okay, and we already grow up, and we don't have time to sit down on a computer or a console to play much. But I can sit on my phone in my job, in my break, not in my job. Boss, if you're looking at me, I'm not playing.
Be careful there. You're gonna walk in Monday and he's gonna be handing you your last check.
No. In my break, I play with my cats, the Meow Match, and it's actually a fun game. It's already built. You already have users. It's fine. Like if you're gonna bring third-party games like that, it's fine. But if you're gonna bring a third-party game, like for example, Fossils, which they're not even developing anymore. Why? Because it was something that they had to start building it.
Right.
And Gala has to put money into it. And the developers are coming already broke, or they looking for funding, then it's not a good thing to bring, in my opinion. But
yeah, they're trying to. It's the same thing they're doing over at Gala Music. They're trying to find the undiscovered talent and trying to hit home runs with everybody. Oh, we're going to find the next undiscovered talent, and then we're going to be a billionaire because we found, the underappreciated person. I agree with you 1,000% on that. The Meow Match, and what's that other one they got? Dragon Strike or something?
Dragon Strike is very fun.
Yeah, so what they do now, here's the danger in that, right? And I was watching a conversation that people were having about that. So you have Dragon Strike, you have this player base, you have a fully completed game. Then Gala puts their little fingers into it. There's the danger, because you have this player base who's used to that game, and now you're going to put your fingers in it and you're going to change it around a bit. You have to be, I think, extraordinarily careful with that and how you do it, so that you don't lose what you already have in that finished game. And I hope they don't try and change those games too terribly much.
Okay, well, one good thing that Gala is doing about those games is they're not changing much. The only thing is, if you want to be on the Web3 side of things, all the NFTs are going to be yours, like these cats, and there's I own 2 cats already that I
Can you change their name? Can you rename them? Can you change the metadata on that?
No, I wish.
Oh,
I wish you can. You can dress them though. So what happened is you the only difference now, you have the NFT, you own the content, it's yours, you can do whatever you
No,
want with your cat. But
let's put the can of worms back on that. You don't own shit. You own a
not yet,
hash.
not yet, not
You
yet.
own a
But
hash.
yeah,
That's all you own.
well, okay,
You
whatever,
don't
but you
own the
will.
cat. You
You
don't own the
will. You
cat.
will.
You
You
don't
will.
own the cat.
And you will. When Gala Chain come out, you will. I don't know if
You won't.
you can breach.
You
I don't know
you
if
do
you
not
can
have the IP to that.
watch. What about when you on Gala Chain, and let's say Gala makes like a soccer game, and
Right?
you want a hat for your cat, and in your player you want to wear that hat in that soccer game. You're gonna be able to be if you are inside the Gala chain. Now, what I don't know if you can get the hat and take it out to Ethereum if there is not a bridge. But in the Gala ecosystem, the hat is yours. That cat is yours. It can be used in other games from Gala. I don't know if I can take my hat and play Call of Duty with it, but I can definitely maybe like a little sculpture of my cat and put it in my weapon in Last Expedition, for example. Maybe, and that's a cool thing. It's yours to play in the Gala ecosystem. Maybe
Within
somebody
that
built a
within
bridge.
that walled garden, yes.
Well,
But
yeah,
they can still change the hat. You bought a blue hat because they decide one day they don't like the color blue, they can change that hat to a red hat. And you don't have any say on that.
when right now, but when Gala chains come out and you are the owner of it, they're not gonna be able to change. It's like you are in. It's like you build something on the XRPL, and you telling me the developers of the XRPL are gonna change the token or your NFT the way they want it. They can't. It's already yours. Now,
If they lock the
while
metadata.
no, but while it's not on the chain, then they can do that. But when it's on the
Well,
chain,
and
it's what they want.
you can't with my I have an elf for Mirandus, right? So I can't take my elf. I own that NFT. I can't take that elf that I own, put it on a t-shirt and sell it to people and make money. I'm not allowed to do that. So is that really mine?
Well, depends because I don't see why not. Like I get my for example my box. I can get my box and I can do anything with my box. I think there is I think lasagna. I think lasagna was the one who is a member of the Gala community. He make a game with the boxes, and if you connect your
Mm-hmm.
wallet, you can play with your box.
Mm-hmm.
We have Satoshi Siren who she wear her shirt with her box all the time. So I don't think
Vox
that is
gave you IP.
exactly.
So it depends on the NFT whether or not. But also you have to look at it and make sure that that metadata is locked. Because if it's still open, any company that sells an NFT, I'm not trying to pick on Gala, saying Gala could, is going to go do this. Don't take this the wrong way. But if you have your Vox, and if that metadata isn't locked, they can change the look of your Vox. They can change the traits of your Vox, just like that.
Yes, but Titan,
That isn't.
but they working towards that decentralization by building Gala chain. So they're gonna get there. And if they don't get there, they're gonna lose reputation, and people are gonna leave. Like if they tell me that they're not gonna turn my dragon from Miranda's, and I cannot have a cup and sell my dragon because I don't have the IP for it, then I'm not gonna be with Gala. Right now, I understand that they're building it, so let's wait for
Yeah.
them to build it, and we'll see.
So I think that needs to be a little clearer. And same with Gala Music, right? You don't own the music you buy.
I
You
was
own
going
the
to say
license
something.
to stream it, right?
Yes.
So you can't take and sample that and resell it, right? So you have to watch what you're buying. Just because they say you own it doesn't mean you own it. It means you own something, whether that's a license or a hash or, in some cases, IP. So I think they need to be a lot more clear in the future with their NFTs what exactly you're getting. And I think if they start disclosing that, I don't think people are going to spend the amounts of money that Gala's asking for if some of those things are withheld.
Okay, now let me ask you a question on Gala Music. You go and buy a CD for I don't know Queens, and then you own that CD, and then I come and I want to buy your CD, the discographic or Queen is gonna come and not let you sell me the CD?
No, of course not. But if you sell it online, right? Because we went through. I was. I'm showing my age here, but I was around during all that music mess, and Metallica sued, and they won, and you can't file share. That's against the law. And I guarantee you, if I took my Elf and put it on a shirt and sold it, I'd be getting a letter from Gala with a cease and desist and possibly a lawsuit for the profits.
Yeah, but not with your box. Not with your box.
Not with your box. But which of the music artists can you take that music and make samples of?
You cannot.
And
you cannot.
You can't.
You cannot make an example of any artist.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Snoop Dogg. If you go directly to Snoop Dogg's website,
Snoop Dogg is in every rock under every.
Listen. So I own a bunch of Snoop Dogg music. I paid $15 for. $15 a track is what he sells them for, and you get the rights to that music. You can do whatever you want with it. Why isn't Gala doing that?
Because it's not about Gala, it's about the artist. Like, if the artist want to give you the right to it. Like, for example, I give you an example. I have a good friend called Lava Entertainment.
Yeah, I like Lava. Lava's a good guy. I like him.
So Lava have his brother, who is a singer, and he have like 2 or 3 songs on Gala. The first and the second song, he didn't have any copyrights. Like, if you want to play it on your YouTube, you're not gonna get copyright. If you want to resell it, you can resell it. If you want to use the beat,
awesome.
If you want to use the beat and do it, but that's not Gala. That's the owner of the song. Like, if you are an artist and you want to give permission to people to do whatever they want with the music, like in this case, Snoop Dogg, then it's fine. But you cannot blame Gala for that. Like, Gala is selling the song from Lava's brother, and Gala had nothing to do if Lava's brother wants to give you the rights or not for the music, or if you want to play it on your YouTube, or if you want to get a copyright or no. Gala had no power on that, so we cannot blame Gala for that.
You taught me something tonight. I didn't know that, because when I went and watched the chats, people are saying that you can't do that. There's all kinds of restrictions on that. So I'm glad that you educated me on that. I had no idea there was songs or it was up to the artist at that point whether or not they wanted to release that. Well, I hope they would do more of that.
Even in YouTube, like if you are a content creator, like I have my YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and you type like non-copyright music in the YouTube website, it will give you choices like over 1,000 songs. Like when I do in my YouTube, I have like a background music so nobody hear me breathing and stuff. and they're not copyright. Why? Because the artist gave the right to YouTube so you can use the song whatever you want. But it tells you there you cannot get the beat and create your own song, or you cannot get the lyrics and create your own beat to those lyrics. You have to ask permission to the artist. So that YouTube have nothing to do with it. You cannot blame YouTube. You say, hey, YouTube, you are wrong on what you're doing. It's not YouTube. In this case, it's not Gala. Now, another thing that Gala Music is doing, which is good, is helping these little artists doing nothing. So the way I see it is like YouTube. YouTube is a freelance. Like right now, we cannot be in Fox News or CNBC talking about this, but YouTube is giving us the chance to do it. So Gala is giving these artists the chance to be out there, to show the world their music. And if they suck, nobody's gonna buy them. If they don't suck, then people buy them. But that's some of the decentralization.
I love it. So I do think Glitch Through Gaming had on one of the new Gala music artists, and they went through the compensation and how the whole thing works from the artist side, and that was fascinating to me. So if you want to learn more about that, go to Glitch Through Gaming's channel and look through there. But Gala Music, I'm on the fence about that one. I'm really on the fence. I don't know if I like it or if I don't like it. What I do know is I will never spend $100 on a song. That's That's just not going to happen. I'm glad that the artists have the support for that. But me personally, I'm not that into music to where I would spend $100 for a song.
Well, yeah, I totally understand. I think because there are not that many songs, they only sell like between 100 to 150 songs, is some kind of way to help them. I don't know how it works in like how much Gala gets or how much the artist get. I really don't know that how the structure is, but the way that I see it is these guys make like 100 songs, they turn it into NFTs or FT or whatever they are, and they make, they make themselves known to a platform. They're getting reward for it. They get exposure. The people will see them, they hear them, and maybe they get few fans in there. Now, this that's not limited to all the songs they can make, because like for example, Lava's brother, I think he have one song that is he have his own CD. He have like 100 reproductions in YouTube and Spotify. So it's not limited to Gala. Just Gala is another way for them to expose themselves. And I think Gala Music is helping the artists to get in touch with their community. Like when you will be able to speak to Snoop Dogg, to go to a barbecue with a Snoop Dogg, it never, that never happened.
So I would never argue with that, right? So let's just throw some stupid numbers out to make it real easy, right? Let's just say it's a 50-50 split, right, between Gala and the artist.
I don't think
I'm okay with it. Well, I'm just saying I'm just throwing out numbers for an example, right? Let's pretend
that will be worse than Spotify.
No, right. So just using that as an example, if it's 50-50 and I'm an artist, number one, I'm earning way more than I would be earning with a major label. Number two, I am the type of person, I believe in paying for services rendered, right? So if Gala's going to promote me, they're going to put me on stage at these festivals, they're going to help market me, I believe absolutely I should pay for that. And if it's worth 50% of whatever, I make as an artist, I think there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It's up to that individual artist, right? What they agree to, and if it's worth it to them, more power to them. And I hope they're as successful as they want to be. What I do feel though, that in order for Gala Music to work, they can't be focused solely on emerging artists.
Well, that's a start. I don't think that's because they start with the Snoop Dogg and it kind of did not work out. So they say, you know what, we have to be like more conservative and help these small artists, and I think it's a kind type of thing, because before at the beginning, I remember Big Bender saying like, oh, we're gonna be very accurate about which artists are going to be on the platform, we're going to be selecting and all that, and then they changed it to them because they saw nobody can afford Snoop Dogg songs, even though they're $15 on OpenSea, but you get the point. So they say, you know what, let's start low, let's start with these little artists, and then we work ourselves up, and then we become big, then we go for the big artists.
So while you were talking here, I'm pulling up my MetaMask because I'm logging into OpenSea, and I've got Mr. Snoop Doggy Dogg. Let me see if I can do this. See, what I do is I go straight to Snoop Dogg for these things. I don't go through Gala. I don't go through OpenSea and all that kind of stuff. Let me pop this up. Let's share that. Now I've got to go push this other button. Add to stream. Okay. So these here, let me hit something. I bought those for $15 a piece, and I even got reduced gas when I bought those. And this is my song. See, my mint price is 0.01 ETH, and that's when ETH was in the crapper.
That was a good
And
price.
yeah, right? So you pop in here. It was happy 420 time, right? Let's celebrate. Check it out. There's a twist, 1 hour to collect the NFT, and the price goes up, yada, yada, yada. But I got this. Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. The people were selling them for 0.01. I bought mine for 0.0042 ETH 3 months ago, and I wanted to buy 2, and I accidentally somehow bought like 5.
How many songs are the total of that one? He meant how many?
Well, I don't know, but I also bought this from Snoop direct. It's a passport, and this passport is for his tour. All right, and so what you do is you get this collectible, and whenever you have it in your wallet, they take you behind the scenes. They open up special things for you to click links and go backstage with them and all kinds of stuff. You get collectibles. And I minted that. Let's see. Minted for 0.02 ETH, which was probably $50 at the time. And I got this experience that I get with him. And there's all kinds of drops. I've already gotten like 2 drops from it. So there's also a case for other things, right? Other than like $100 a song. Okay? That's the point I'm trying to make here. I don't fault them for doing that. I'm not telling them they're doing it wrong. I'm not saying the artists are getting screwed. I think if they feel it's a good deal, go for it. But what I'm saying is that you have these other artists who are famous where you can go and you can get stuff directly from them. You don't need, per se, to go to Gala in order to get that experience.
Yes, but that's a Snoop Dogg world class artist. But let's say CryptoView wants to create a song.
No, and that's the point I'm trying to make is they're doing these emerging artists, which is all fine and good. Some of them might pop. Maybe they're going to be the next music star. But what is going to attract people of the caliber of Snoop Dogg, meaning worldwide famous, right? Why would anybody want to come to Gala to sell their music when they just make a phone call to Snoop Dogg to see how he did it and do the exact same thing for themselves? I mean, there's to me, it just seems like there's not a lot of benefit for anybody who has traction already to go onto the Gala platform. Perhaps if they marketed Gala music and went completely in on this is really just for new artists, I think that would attract a lot of attention from a lot of people who would be interested in doing that. Instead of just dumping it out there and, like you were saying, with people like Bitbender saying, "Oh, we're gonna be very selective and we're gonna get top talent and yada yada." It's not feasible. The top talent can do this for themselves.
Yes, maybe the ones that already existed, but the ones that are emerging, maybe not. And maybe the ones that already existed, they want to be on part of another platform. They want to try something new. They already in Spotify, they already in YouTube, and they want to try a Web3, and they don't want to go through the whole hassle of what Snoop Dogg is doing, or how instead of having like a department for Web3, they say, you know what, whatever we pay these people, we can pay Gala. They do it for us, and they already have the community and their name and their system and their nodes and all that. So that's what I.
So here's the funny part, right? So I bought a music node, but I don't have a film node. And after everything evolved so far, I think film has the best chance of success out of any of the Gala branches. I think Gala Film is positioned to do the best. I haven't seen any of their. I guess they got movies in productions, TV shows in production. That is going to be huge, especially with these Screen Actor Guilds that are going on strike, and a lot of these big actors and actresses. A lot of them have gone to Netflix. for better deals, and Hollywood is kind of on the decline. I think these independent films, I watch a lot of independent films, and I drive my wife and my kids crazy because I watch the international films with the subtitles because they're fantastic. These independent movies are fantastic. I think there's a sweet spot for Gala if they really keep their head down and push hard on that film side. I think they got a winner in that one so far.
I'm the opposite.
Really?
I'm more bullish in the music because let's say this. Okay, I'm gonna put you my analogy why I think music is bigger than.
Tell me, man. I'm waiting for it.
Okay, simple. You watch a movie. How many times you watch the movie?
It depends. As an adult, once. You go to any of my kids, 15, 13, and 10. They eat. My 13-year-old has watched The Office, the TV show The Office, all the way through every episode 3 times in the last 2 years.
Okay, how many times? Now, how many times did you listen to a song?
In my past, I listened to it a lot of times. Yeah,
the same song, many times. So now I'm gonna ask you this: what are you gonna do with a film NFT? I buy. Let's say my favorite movie, Back to the Future. I buy Back to the Future as an NFT, and I keep it as a trophy. I maybe watch it once in a while, but it's not like I own this music and I do exercises with it.
Right.
I work with it. I go in the car and I listen to it until I get bored, and then 2 years later I remember about it and I start listening again. So if you tell me music it makes more sense in being an NFT than film. Like I own music notes, I don't own film notes because the analogy that I have to be honest. I don't see the film. I don't see how film is gonna work in this thing. Like with movies right now, they go to the box office, they make so much money, they sell the tickets on the movie theater, unless Gala is gonna say, well, we're gonna create our own movie theaters, we're gonna create our own channel like Netflix, we're gonna be like YouTube, that you can put your content creation in there, and you can, like, we can be talking in Gala film, things like that. Maybe that's how film is gonna work. But if they're gonna be making movies and shows and stuff like that, I don't see it. I see the music, I see the games.
I think as a subscription service, I think if they go the Netflix route and do original series and do original movies, I think they can attract some huge talent. I think they can, if they don't overdo it with the NFTs, because you're right, people would have a problem with that. They would be difficult to sell. But if they do it as a subscription service, where people could maybe looking at it a little bit different, instead of buying the NFT of the show, maybe people could then take that, they could sell NFTs of their favorite scene in the movie, or they could sell commemoratives that go into that, or they could sell NFTs that are subscriptions that can be given away to friends. Things like that, I think they could do very well financially using that model rather than turning an entire movie into an NFT and try and sell it. People don't do that anymore. Everybody gets their stuff online. Music, right? I don't buy music anymore. I go to YouTube and I play YouTube, and I can get any artist, any song, I can get mixes, I can get customs, I can get whatever I want, and it doesn't cost me a dime. I just listen.
Well, imagine Gala, you're gonna be listening to the music and getting paid and getting rewarded for it. You know?
I don't care about rewards for music, right? If I like somebody, I'll listen to them, right? I don't care if I get rewards on the music side. Just like I don't care about buying the music either. If I just want to be able to listen to it, and if they put together a fantastic platform, like where I can search and I can find people I like listening to enough, I might pay for that subscription service to connect and listen. And if I can have with my node, if I can get a discount on that, or if I can help host some of that, I'd love to. Back over my shoulder, I have a holo node. I've talked about it a few times. It's a node for a different chain. It's holo chain.
I know holochain.
Yeah, I bought the node. I have tons of rewards because I'm very active in that community. And I don't care about the rewards. I want to see him make this puppy hum. I want to be the guy who sits here and says, you know what? I've been running this node for 2 years now, and I was integral in helping to launch this network. Now, I'm not gonna cry when I take those tokens and make some money at them later on. But I'm not doing anything on that network solely for the tokens. I'm doing it because I think it's cool as fuck what they're building.
I know, but if you want to talk about holo chain, I remember I did that on 2019. I think it was when they came out with the idea, and it was a big thing on the XRP community. The holo chain. And the only thing that I didn't like about holochain is like you're gonna get this device that is gonna get old, and it's gonna be you need to replace it. So now, before we were bytes, then megabytes, then kilobytes, and your thing is gonna be obsolete in like 2-3 years. So by the time you have to buy another one and then buy another one. So I think holochain can do all that without you buying any type of device. Like do it in your own computer.
Well, that's the beauty is they saw that they're coming out with soft nodes. It's going to be software. And here's the thing, right? So I asked them.
It took them 3 years to do that.
Yeah, and so I said,
and you're complaining about Gala working.
No, listen. So I'm pretty good friends with the one guy over there, and I said, so what are you going to charge for these soft nodes? Because it was a couple $100 for these hard nodes. And he says, we're not going to charge for them. You can just download the software, use it, and get your rewards.
That's cool.
And I'm like, what? Right? Cool. And so I think moving in that direction, I hope that Gala realizes that seems to be the direction a lot of these newer projects are going. They're using nodes to fundraise, and I think that the SEC eventually is going to catch on to this and start to come down on a lot of these. I think that this node software should be at no charge, and if you earn rewards, that you're going to pay tax on those. And if the company or the entity or whatever behind it, whether it be you and me, if you need to store files, I'm transacting privately with you. We're making our deal between you and me. Hey, I'm going to charge you, 30 holo fuel a week to store your files on my machine. That's where this is going to come in, and blockchain's going to verify that, and everybody's happy. The IRS is happy. The regulators are happy. Nobody's taking advantage of any other party. There's no centralized people telling you what you can do and what you can't do. I think it's fantastic. I want to see more projects go in that direction and less going in this, well, we're centralized now and we're going to decentralize later, don't you worry.
Well, yeah, I like the way the structure of holochain. Like I say, I was a big fan back in 2019. I never got the holo hub or node because I thought, like, why I need another computer that is like not powerful as my computer. And I remember back then they used to have like 3 type of ones. One was like $1,000. The other one was like $400, like $200. I love the idea. Like this is like some type like a Dropbox. Like you can have your files and everything. You can hold it. It was a big thing. It was a big thing back in the day because what about if somebody's storing child pornography in your note? But like I remember the lawyers were saying like, well, but it's encrypted and it's not yours. You just a host. So it's like you do an Uber drive and a dealer jump in your Uber. You're just doing your job. You traveling. Right. the drug dealer around, but you getting paid through Uber. It's not gonna be your fault. But it was a lot of things. Yeah, I remember it was a lot of things about you holding other people's data, even though it was encrypted. So I'm glad that they working out now to make free notes. I think that's a cool thing. And like you say, good ideas always go around. So and good ideas are always good.
So
And,
two things.
Can I ask you a question?
You just did.
No, I had to ask you another question.
You just did.
Why we start talking about XRP and now the whole thing become Gala? What happened, man?
we did spend more time on that. I know,
my God,
and I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be like 5 minutes of Gala and like an hour of XRP.
It
So
should be like that, man. That's what I came for. I came for my XRP.
I know. So all right. So we've been going an hour 40. We should wrap this up here
Hey,
pretty
don't start
soon.
like Fax, man. Don't start like Fax. Fax is not here.
Right? He's out in an hour, man. Gone.
Like,
59 minutes, 58 seconds. He hits my private chat over here. He's like, I gotta go. I'm like, God damn it.
Listen, I have a curiosity, and not only me, like a lot of people have this because I've been talking to a lot of people who see your show. You know, I'm a fan of your show. I always come in here and say XRP to the moon because that's my
Yeah,
motto.
right? We wait to see it.
I know, but what is those things behind Faz? He's working on a PO box room, and he got all.
Oh yeah. Well, no. So what those are old library card catalogs, and they weigh about 600 pounds each. They're real solid wood, right? There's no plywood. These are old. These are from like the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
And it's the library card catalogs, and he has Magic the Gathering cards in them.
Oh, really?
And yes, so he is really big into Magic the Gathering, and he collects his cards in those, and he has other drawers where he puts other things, of course, but he has 1 billion of the Magic the Gathering cards, and those things are beautiful, right? So he showed them to me years ago, of course, but when I went out to Oregon to visit with him in the spring, I got to see these things like right up close, and they are magnificent. And they're hard to find now. He found them on like Craigslist or something, and you can find them now in halfway decent shape for $50-$60 as long as you take it out of there. It's like pianos, right? They're really heavy. Nobody wants them. They're like, I'll pay you if you take it out of my house. But they're very, very cool. And I suggested to him, I'm like, you got, because he got that place. He was moving. I was helping him move during that April time frame. And he's like, I don't know where I'm going to put these. I'm like, dude, you need to stop and turn your camera for Faz Radio so those are your backdrop. I said, those things are magnificent. And you've just proven the point because people talk about that. They're gorgeous.
They do in the chat. If you see in the chat, people are like, even me, I say, listen, what is that PO box? That you work with UPS?
Yeah, he could probably turn those into little boxes and charge people money for that. Yeah, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. They really are.
My collection is Funko Pops. I do Funko Pops. Like I have one right here. Like this is
what is that?
These little guys right here. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. So that's what I collect right now, and Gala NFTs.
Yeah,
in XRPs, I collect XRPs too.
My collection is money, but not in the traditional sense, and it's coins, but it's not coins like you think of. I don't collect like old coins. I collect primarily paper money, but it's foreign, it's old, and I collect, like, I have 1 billion different coins from all over the world. Whenever anybody travels, I'm like, oh, please bring me back whatever currency that you have. I'll buy it from you. I have German money from the war.
They used to burn those to keep themselves warm because
from the 1940s.
Value. Yeah,
I know. They're valuable to me because I think they're cool, right? I have a New York subway token from the year that the subway was built. I have a Japanese currency from 1912, one of their old currencies. And to me, I have a Brazilian Cruzeiros before they got rid of rid of those down there. So I try and collect all that kind of stuff, and that's what I collect.
Listen, my country, Venezuela, is being through like 4 type of currencies already. So, and
if you got any extra of the old stuff, I will buy it from you.
Hey, people clean their butts with those money, so I can bring you a lot of them. Like, I can mail it to you. But I gonna tell you a funny story. Like my grandpa just passed away not too long ago. So he used to have this little.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay, man. He had this little bag of coins back in Venezuela when he traveled to United States, like back in 1950, something like that. So when I met him in Colombia, it was like 18 years that he was there. I didn't see my grandpa, and then I flew him to Colombia because I didn't want to go to Venezuela because I think it's very dangerous over there. I've been away from my country for a long time, like 24 years. So wow. I traveled I brought my grandma to Venezuela, and that's how I use XRP. XRP is I got into XRP because that's the way I send money to over there cheap and fast. That's how I got
awesome.
Into XRP. Yeah. So what happened is he gave me this little bag. He's like, well, this is money from United States that I have. And he gave me this little punch, and I took it home. So like he passed away and I opened it like 2 days ago. My wife was in vacation and I opened it and I started, let me see these coins. And then I find out that there are quarters for 1954. And they're silver.
Whoa, cool!
They're silver coins.
Yes, they are.
So I went on eBay to see how much these things are going for. It's like $5,000 a piece. I'm like, what?
I'm gonna watch the XRP chart like jump. I'm gonna see a big green candle, and I'm gonna be like, "That's Crypto View getting his money for those quarters."
He got also those $50 silver $50.
Oh yeah,
in there too. It was fun, and I was like, I didn't know this. I had it in my bag all the time. I didn't know what I had in there. I thought it was cute that he gave me that little punch, and I didn't know what.
It was. Gifts like that are fantastic, and there's a lot of people that are really big into, where's the will? What do I get when a family member passes? And I've always been the weird one. Well, I'm the weird. You've watched the show long enough, you know how weird I am. I want something, I don't care what it is, but I want something that's special to that person, right? So when my grandfather passed a bunch of years ago, I asked for his wristwatch because it was worn.
Okay.
And he loved it. And so that's what I wanted as a remembrance of him. And I also got, as stupid as it is, he used to be a machinist and a tool guy. So I have his punches, his metal punches, and I hung up, I took the saw off. He had a hand saw. But this handle for this hand saw had the marks from all the years that he worked.
Wow.
His ass off. And every time I look at that, it reminds me that I have to work my ass off because I see what work he put in. I don't give a shit about the money. I give a shit about looking at that handle, and that to me is way, way more valuable than any money you could ever give me.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pass these coins to my daughter. I don't even
yes.
Cash it up. I don't have plans to cash it up, but like Soros say, I'm an XRP whale. So no.
Yeah, he's gonna be down on the beaches here soon. We're gonna see just this distant person on a beach with an XRP hat on, and we're gonna be like, we know who that is.
We know who that is. I wish I'm early, but I went more into other stuff.
Well, it's amazing because I ran into several people. I'm not a big Facebook person. I haven't been on the platform in probably over a year, but I used to be into it pretty good. And when Faz and I started Crypto Faz and everything else all those years ago, I would talk to people, and there's people that I would never, ever guess was into crypto. They would send me a message and be like, the one guy, I dated his mom like in 1996 or 5 or 4, 1993, whatever. He was like 4 years old, and we used to take him everywhere, and he would sing in the back. And I talked to him, and he's like, oh man, he's like, I have like millions of XRP. He goes, I bought that stuff. I don't know what's going to happen with it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not so much into XRP. And he was like you, man. He's like, dude, let me tell you. And I was like, wow, you never know, who did what, when, where, and how. And I've told the story on this channel about how I think I probably talked to Satoshi at some point. But this place, this cryptoverse that we're in, meeting people like you and Zorro and all these wonderful people, Glitch and Nate. I mean, besides, Faz, who got me into this, you find so many epic people here. And if nothing else, if I lose it all, so be it. I've made some awesome, awesome friends in this space, and that's gold to me. Gold.
We gotta go to the next Galaverse together. I went to both of them. They were amazing, man.
They might stop me at the door because I motherfuck them every chance I get, So I don't know if they'd let me into one of those.
If you pay the admission, I don't think they can tell you not to come in.
No, I really would like to meet a lot more of the people. I know quite a few over there. We have fantastic conversations privately, of course. And there's several that I would talk to before they were even Gala employees. We watched them grow from community member right into employees, and I would love to be able to spend some time with them. Absolutely. Let's see what they do. This is the year of show me, so let's see what they show me.
Yeah, and I had to give a shout out to Glitch. He interviewed me like 2 months ago. And
I watched that. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, but Glitch is such a XRP anti-XRP and software. So we have like threads of conversations privately. Like he's such against XRP, and I tried to convince him how good XRP is. So
it's a goal of your life to get Glitch to buy just one XRP.
Yes. So I sent him a message saying we won. He haven't responded. I'm waiting on his response.
Yeah, he probably deleted that one. Glitch is a hell of a guy, man. I love that guy. We have so many great conversations.
I know. We had such a big thread online, like on Twitter, like back and forth about XRP and everything. And everything he say, I go back. Look, he's there. He's there right now.
Right? He got pinged. We were talking about him probably.
I know. I'm waiting for his response. Glitch? Let me tell you, we won.
The mission, Glitch, is for CryptoView to get you to buy one bag of XRP. Yeah. And he's not going to stop until you buy a bag of XRP.
I won. He told me, I want you to come to my show, but we're not going to talk about XRP.
That's okay. Impossible.
I'm like, okay, we won. And then before we did the show, when we finally got together, because he's in a different time, thank you, Glitch, to be here. I know it's very late for over there. And then I say, well, you ready to talk about Gala? And the interview is like, can we talk about XRP? And I'm like, no, now I don't want to talk about
That's good stuff, man. Yeah. All right, well, let's wrap up tonight. And we'll have to dedicate a whole show to XRP. We did 20 minutes on that first one. We did 30 minutes this time. We'll do the whole show on XRP next time. But I want visuals and I want tutorials, because if we're going to do it, let's do it so that people understand it, people get excited about it. We did one with a community member about a year ago, XRP Detroit, and he walked us through the entire wax system, which was fascinating. And I got a lot of good feedback from people in DMs about that really opened their eyes, and they tried it for the first time. And us walking through it was fantastic. It gave them the confidence to go try it. So I would like to do the same for XRP, and maybe you can walk us through XRP tools. You can walk us through the Zoom wallet. And maybe then people will get a little more excited about it and at least go and try it, you know?
Have you ever tried the Bifrost wallet for
I do. I have Bifrost for I have Flare on there, and I have Songbird on there.
Yeah. Cool. I love that one.
I just went I made some profit over the last couple of weeks, and I took that profit and I bought Flare with it.
Oh, that's cool.
And I added to my bag of Flare. I'm not sure about Songbird. I mean, the test net, that's the test net for Flare, right? So I know there's going to be a lot of use for it. I just don't know if it's worth putting money into, because I'm not seeing the value of what Songbird tokens will give to me, because I'm not going to go test anything. I'm not a programmer, right? So
the way I see Songbird is like, if any software or developer is going to create on top of Songbird, and you own Songbird, they probably gonna drop you something, NFTs, maybe their native token, if they make like a token on Flare and they testing it. So because you are part of the ecosystem and they're using Songbird to test, you're probably gonna get a lot of little rewards like that. So
there's a great use case for it. Maybe I'll go pick up a bigger bag of Songbird then.
Also, some proposals on Flare, they need to pass in Songbird first. So the Songbird token is like some type of governance token that is going to pass some stuff on Flare that are going to be important. So Songbird have their play on Flare.
Okay.
But me personally, I don't own anything. I don't own any Songbird. I sold my Songbird long time ago, but I do have a bag of Flare because I believe on the Flare ecosystem.
I'm with you on that. I bought more because I believe in that as well. I think there's one more. There's one more that I have in there. What the? My phone's my camera. I think it's Canary or something like that.
Yeah,
I got some airdrop for Canary.
Be careful. Let's say this now with your audience. There is a lot of tokens that are being dropped on your Flare wallet and your Songbird wallet. They are a scam. So go to the Discord or Telegram for Flare Network and always ask what those tokens are before you interact with them. Especially the ones that come with like a website address. Never click on the address. Never click on the address. Never go on those websites and connect your wallet, because you're gonna get robbed. So what they doing is they send you an NFT. They say this NFT is useful in this ecosystem. They put a website on the token, in the comments on the token. You touch that website, you connect your Bifrost wallet or whatever wallet you have, and then you give them permissions to take your token. So be careful with that.
I will never be doing that. I haven't even touched those tokens, but they just showed up one day, and I was like, "Oh, all right."
Don't touch any of those tokens, because the one that you're talking about, the Canary, is the Canary network. There is no Canary token, so be careful. Like you should have don't touch any of those tokens. You can send it back if you don't want to see them in your wallet. You can send it back to the wallet they send it to you and return them. Nothing is going to happen to you, but do not interact with any website that they try to make you interact.
Excellent advice. I will not be. I just hide it. I don't even care. But Mr. CryptoView, thank you for taking the time tonight to come out and talk.
Anytime, man. Anytime you need.
We're going to do that tutorial show. I think that's important, right? Because I'm not as big of a fan as you are, but I am a fan of XRP and of Songbird and of Flare. So what you can impart upon us and to the people who watch us and listen to us, I think that would be huge to learn how to do it. Because I've played around with it, but I I get confused. I don't know. I don't want to be pushing buttons and where I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, yes, it's good to like I have few tutorials on my YouTube channel, but they're in Spanish though, and because I try to help the Spanish community, and I always make tutorials like for Bifrost to how to connect your wallet, how to delegate on the signal providers. I teach you, I teach you how to select a good signal provider and all those things, but in the Spanish channel. So I think we might do the same thing over here if you want. I don't mind.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. And for those Spanish speakers here, go to his channel and learn about this. Yeah. This is something that's going to be big. Now that there's clarity there, I think that this network has a lot more potential than I did a year ago when I was flapping at the gums.
Glitch in the United States, we have clarity. XRP, the only clarity with a judge. Not like Bitcoin, and Ethereum, not even have clarity. It's just personal opinion from Bill Hitman.
All right, folks, thanks for sticking with us for 2 hours and 8 seconds tonight. I love talking to you, CryptoView. We'll have you back very soon. Good night.
Good night.